What's up, everybody? I got my books in my hand. It's raining outside, you hear it? Can't go out and sell my books today, but I got my book. Corner store in the middle of the block. That's because in my neighborhood there's a corner store, but it's in the middle of the block. This one is like poems and short stories. This is my other book. Don't beat your children or they'll turn out like me. It's not a book about how to raise your children. It's just me making fun of the irony of everyday life. Like, a good way to tell you're going through a bad neighborhood is when you see a lot of churches. And when I'm down in South Carolina, people are like, well, my neighborhood has a lot of churches and it's pretty good. Well, their churches down here are not the same like in New York. Like in New York City, you might see 3 or 4 churches on one block. I've seen in Brooklyn, you got 2 churches right next door to each other. And down here, the churches, there's more unity in the churches. They say it's a lot of churches, but it's not. It's not. They have a lot of churches down here, but it's not like in the city where the churches are on top of each other, literally. I know in Brooklyn, you got churches right across the street from each other, right next door to each other. And there's a sense of community down here. And these people down here own land, so it's different. In New York, they don't own land. You know, they renting, and everybody's on top of each other. And the churches are spaced out. It's bigger. These churches are like real churches. In New York, they got storefront churches. So like I said, a good way to tell you're in a bad neighborhood is when you see a lot of churches. And what it is like the money comes in the neighborhood. Like I said in one of my poems, like Claude Anderson said, all black churches put their money into all white banks. Them churches don't do nothing for the neighborhood but give out old clothes and soup. That's all they do. All they do is take. They don't give out nothing. Anyway, this is my book. Don't beat your children or they'll turn out like me. Or I say things like, I live in the basement, but you live underneath me. Or send your children to school and teach them how to steal legally. It's the American way. And this other book, this one is called, this is my third book. This one is called Agitation Gets the Dirt Out. That's because I don't know it all, but I might say something to agitate you, and that'll get the dirt out. Like, dear police, you should stop and frisk white people too. They usually have better drugs. Or name something that black people buy from Asians. Hair care products, nail care products, Chinese food, cars, and clothes. Name something that Asians buy from black people. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Name something that black people buy from each other. Weed, crack, cocaine, and loose cigarettes. Yeah, that's in this book. That's just me writing about ironic things I see every day in America. Let me see if I got one more. Let me see. It says, your TV tells you that you're fat and ugly and you believe it. I tell you that you're beautiful and you think I'm homeless. That's my book, Agitation Gets the Dirt Out. Corner stores in the middle of the block and lying. Oh, and don't beat your children or they'll turn out like me. And this is my latest book I have out. It's called Lying is More Provocative Than Hate. And what I did is I made 3 covers. I don't have the other one with me, but I made 3 covers for the same book. Lying is more provocative than hate. It's just me giving a rundown about everyday life in America and making fun of the ironic things I see every day. Let me see if I got something here to say. Like this one, it says, whenever you get hungry, all you have to do is take a picture of your favorite meal and rub it on your stomach, and you'll be okay. Now, what am I trying to say by that? What I'm trying to say by that is that, like, black people, we believe in, we live our lives vicariously through everybody else. We think if somebody's on TV living good, then we think the whole community is living good, and it's not. It's just that black celebrity that you see on TV. And basically, what I'm saying is we live through somebody else. Like one day, I was walking through Harlem, and these people were sitting outside eating and drinking. And they was watching the Kentucky Derby, and they was cheering for the horses. They was dressed real nice, and they was cheering for the horses. And I'm saying, that's like fronting. If you like horse racing that so much, go to the Kentucky Derby. That's how I'm thinking. Don't sit there and watch it on TV. Go to the Derby. Or like it says, every generation is told the same story. Right before you were born, your father was killed in a botched robbery. And that's what we have a lot of times. Mothers be telling their kids Like they father, a lot of times their father be a deadbeat, and they grew up without a father, and the mother be lying to the kids, telling them that you grew up without that your father was killed in a botched robbery or some shit like that. Or like this one, it says in the hood, people are known by virtue of the car they drive or the female that they have a baby by. And the conversation goes something like this. Yo, you know that dude Derek Poole? And the man, it's two men talking, and one man says to the other, yo, you know that dude Derek Poole? And his friend says, nah, who he? And he said, he that nigga with the blue Jeep, he got a baby by that girl named China. Oh yeah, I know him. I know DP. Me and him used to go to school together. So now he said, I know DP. He going to DP because that's more personal. So that's what it's like, my poems, my jokes, and my stories. If you'd like to get a copy, let me know. Oh, it's like this one says, every day you spend money with your haters. Or like this, it says, every day you buy something from the Chinese restaurant, but they don't buy nothing from you. Something to think about. That's my book, y'all. Get a signed copy.